What? Wow. I'm pretty sure we're live, and I'm going to be honest, boys, it's been quite some time. I don't really know what to say, but welcome back to the channel, everyone. We just got back from a 20-day trip. This episode is brought to you by EagleRider Motorcycle Rentals and Tours. Don't forget to check out 2LaneLIVE.com under the EagleRider tab to see how you can book a trip, save some money, and have a good time while you're at it. We're back, boys.
Was it 20 or 22 or 23?
I think it was 20 days on the dot, and I'm drinking coffee, and we're doing it live.
Well, Josh, I agree with your supplemental consequences with the delivery children.
Whoa,
what
the heck was that?
You heard me.
It's very deep. Man.
What happened to your voice, Lance?
Well,
you're.
I don't know what happened to it.
Keep talking.
Is it there? I'm here. What a great
check
journey on the road.
Your mic is not on. Do it again.
Hello.
Wow, look at that. You're back.
Oh, wow.
And life is good.
So Galen actually under the table with his toe unplugged my mic.
Yeah.
Watch what I do with my toes.
So this is what happens when you're on the road for 20 some days. We all come back and we're crazy, man. Is that what happened?
I think so. I think we've always been a little bit crazy. Was that Hank Williams Jr.?
Yeah. But before we get into that, if you haven't seen our drop from yesterday,
there it is.
Go check it out.
I think we might have just forgotten altogether how to do a live, but
right.
We're back. Yeah, we just dropped episode 2, which is part 2 of the road trip we just got back from. So part 2 was days 3 and 4. Started out in Salt Lake and did some dealer stops. You're giving me weird looks. I'm just going to pass it back to you, homie. You know, not you.
I'm not
your
even
boy.
Looking at you.
Who's
I'm
your boy?
Looking at the screen. I don't know what you're talking about.
What are you drinking,
Sean
G-Man?
Connery.
What's going on
I
here?
am drinking a Stone IPA.
Okay.
With the Jesse shirt on that
Good
gives
man.
me these beautiful IPA to drink.
Well, if you just so you know, we're riding from LA to Milwaukee in this series. We get to Milwaukee, we're going to show you guys homecoming, but then we're going to Sturgis and we're going to give you Sturgis. And it's kind of cool the way it's working out right now because the Thrashin videos are done or almost done. And now the 2-lane videos of Sturgis are going to happen.
Well, who's 2-lane?
This is, what's that? Burl Ives. Burl Ives is next to us and he's
look,
live.
I think we should just get right into this shit. Like
Do it.
at the end of the day, I didn't really know how being on the road for 20 days was going to impact us. And I cannot believe how fast it went.
It went fast.
Like what happened? It was just
I
3
think
weeks later. It was like, what?
The first 2 days felt longer than the second 18.
Yes.
Like by the end of day 2, I'm like, how are we going to do this for 3 weeks straight? Just, the meet and greets and the people and the long haul, and the nonstop and the heat and the weather. But then by the time we got to Sturgis on maybe day 14 or whatever it was, we're like, oh shit, it's been 2 weeks,
But I think getting on our bikes every day, it kind of was a fun deal to get on the bike, and we had some mission to accomplish and we did it.
Well, I think the guy that planned the trip did
We
a
fired him.
fantastic
Should
job.
we give him a round of applause? Yeah.
I think that
Good man.
it was nice to have those Airbnbs and people may be asking, so you're out 20 days, how did you guys pack differently, that kind of stuff. And so I did have a couple jeans, 4 jeans I think I brought.
4 jeans? You brought 4 pairs of jeans?
4, and I brought probably 12 shirts. But it was nice at every stop. We just, that day's clothing, put in the washer and the dryer.
You joking right now? You brought 12 shirts?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, the interesting thing is after
that's fine. 17 hats is normal.
After we started doing laundry at the Airbnbs, I got to say, I could have brought one outfit, 1 pair of pants.
Well,
I'll tell you what.
Shirt at the hotel.
I would have went dirty that day.
By the time we end up getting to Milwaukee and Sturgis and we meet up with friends and sponsors and their stores, I probably acquired 8 to 10 shirts.
Yeah,
I
you
acquired
had to ship some stuff home.
7 to 10 hats. I acquired jeans. I acquired other.
What hotel are you talking about?
Jeans, didn't we?
Yeah, Tobacco Motorwear. Shout out to those guys.
What hotel are you talking about?
The hotel we stayed out in Milwaukee.
What are you talking about?
They had a washer and dryer there.
But you only used it once.
Because I didn't need to. I was so
But you
fresh.
would come down every day and just dump your shit in.
Which brings me to my next point.
Or what?
We've had a couple comments on the married couple
Yes.
on this video. So yeah, it's like this on the road. We're just sharing sharing how it really is.
Well, if you bring one set of clothing to do laundry and you sit in the laundry room naked, no one's going to come in there, and you own the machine.
It's
Harry Perry. So we had a little bit of a coolant issue, which has been resolved, and we couldn't really fix it on the road. We had to wait till we got somewhere that had a little more time, because a lot of the cooling systems on these bikes, it's just like when you're doing a clutch fluid change. You've got to vacuum it out, and then you got to pressurize it to get the bubbles out. So luckily, that was all it was. The bike's air cooled, so we ran it every day. We didn't do any damage to it. We filled it with coolant every day, and there was no leak, but it was vaporizing, and yeah, everything's fixed and fine, and she runs great, no issues. And yeah, so we didn't overplay it too much, and didn't really want to overplay it because it wasn't that big of a deal.
Yep.
Should we tell them? Should we tell them now?
Yeah,
Galen
I know what you
rides.
So every night we drained his coolant.
Right.
It was a couple capfuls, and I mean, because Josh's bike ran great the whole time. We kind of were messing with them, but it's all good now.
I know what you did.
Put some diesel up in that thing.
But I also have to tip my hat to Harley-Davidson. By the time we got into Black Hills, we were there at the dealership, and we walked down to the service area, and there were guys that were waiting for their bikes, and you could see that they were in complete stress and distress. We actually got a media bike for me for a couple of days, and it was fun to ride that CVO Street Glide. I haven't been on a Street Glide for a while, so that was actually pretty cool. And it just, we didn't stress on it. We were just like, hey, let's just go ride and do our thing. Got the bike back, and thanked the Black Hills Harley-Davidson dealership, Andrew over there, Nick. We also had Matt that helped out, a couple Matts from Harley-Davidson. So very cool stuff.
Well, the fun thing that happened at Black Hills is we walk up there. I know they're busy. They got tons of people. There are people from all over the country wanting a new tire, wanting an oil change because it's Sturgis and it's all happening. And we went to look and check on Galen's bike, and he walked in a door and got in, and it said no entrance. I mean, as big as day.
I was going to say, can you show me with your hands how big the two words that said three words, do not enter?
Don't come in here.
Well,
I started to follow
hog around there.
Yeah, I started to follow him in there, and this service guy really freaked out. He opened the door and was like, "What the hell are you doing? Like, get over here. What are you doing?" I said, "Well, my friend just went, get over here." So I started to be like, I was like caught off guard so much that he goes, "What are you doing in there?" And I thought, I'm going to be a smart ass. And I said, "I'm looking for food. Like, what else am I doing here?" But anyway, I left. And then he
doesn't know why you were there.
In my head, I know, okay, the guy's working, he just wanted to kick me out because I was just some strange asshole walking in the store. So
what did I say? He said to me, though?
He apologized to you, which is cool because it didn't hurt you.
It didn't hurt you.
He punched me in the back of the head when I walked out.
He drilled you with a bat.
But it was all good humor. I understand the guy was working, and I was just a pain in the ass customer.
So I saw Riding with Yogurt showed up somewhere. Like I don't know that guy anymore.
No,
Shannon,
he said he's going to show up tomorrow.
We miss you. We know you don't like us anymore.
He doesn't even come around anymore.
It's like, yeah, we kind of every morning we go, where's
hey,
Shannon?
Hello, you want a little drinky poo?
Someone did mention that. Oh, here we go. Still laughing from Thrashin's drop and Galen's drinky slurring. Trailer Park Boys, if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, you got to check that out. It's a funny little deal.
Yeah.
But I also saw someone was mentioning about the wraps. I mean, we got a lot of people looking at the bikes with those wraps, and Andrew over at Feuling Wraps. I mean, he did a great job. Someone also commented, must be nice when two guys have the same bikes, kissy. It's like, guys, we just wrapped the bikes. Get over it.
Why don't you come over and see us, and we'll talk about kissy.
We need to maybe bring back the keep.
What?
That's it. Processed a minute.
Yeah.
We need to bring back the Keyboard Warriors Cup.
Yeah.
But we don't have enough negative comments. We might one day.
The wraps were so cool, and they were received so well that as soon as we got home, I think before he even went to sleep, brushed his teeth, or did anything, Josh ripped his off and threw him in the trash. Fact.
What was your defense on that?
Yeah, no, I went to go wash my bike.
TikTok reel.
Yeah, I want to do TikTok. Half the bike is dirty and the paint's scratched up and dirty, and then half the vinyl is. I mean, plus I don't want to ride around town being super loud.
Galen and I were proud of the 2LaneLIVE logo on our bike.
What's the date today?
Places.
Today's August 15th. My last day will be August 31st. That was my unofficial 2-week notice.
We'll hold you to that.
Shit. Well, we got Cornelius Mitchley, which is actually Mitch that we met. He came to Vegas for the meet and greet, and then we saw him in Deadwood with his dad, whose also name is Mitch.
Yep.
So good meeting you 3 lads in Vegas and seeing you again in Deadwood. Thanks for taking the time to chat. You got it, Mitch.
You got it, man.
Yeah, buddy.
Well, I have to tell you, those dealer stops were, I mean, it was some riding that we don't normally do, and really interstate riding for the first 6 days or 5 days anyway, and hopping from town to town. It was not bad being on the highway that much, but really once you got to the dealership and started meeting the crazy and cool people around. I mean, you think about it in Vegas, big group there. It was hot as hell going into the dealership.
Only 117.
But a big group there. We also Summit Harley-Davidson. So Red Rock was great. Summit, they had never opened on a Sunday, and they opened for us specifically.
That
was
ever
really cool. I had a bunch of families show up there, but we also had just a bunch of people from Utah come in. There was a couple from Salt Lake that we met as well, or from not Salt Lake, from Brentwood, Northern California, Brentwood, and then we saw them kind of along the road. And then again at Homecoming and in Sturgis.
And in this video in Homecoming that I'm editing right now for next week, they're in it like twice.
Again?
Yeah.
So that was really cool. I love to see that with Summit. And then Cheyenne was great. Those people out there. And we met, some people there that really touched our hearts. Had a gentleman that was in a fire, and man, it was in May or something, and he looked really good for it being not that long a time. But to hear his story and what he was going through about peeling clothing off as it's burning into his skin, and just like, it's just insane. And hearing, we had so many stories, Red Rock, Summit, Cheyenne, about people saying, hey, I was afflicted.
You say Red Rock?
Red Rock.
You like to go to Red Rock restaurant?
You like Red Rock? You like Red Rock. But about how their affliction, and they used our videos to watch and get through their pain. And it just, we talk about this all the time. It just means so much more to us when we get these stories, doesn't it?
It's very, very touching, and very, very cool to think that we have a fan base that feels like it's okay that they can talk to us, and we do that. There was a comment up there. Someone said something about it was good that you ripped your graphics off right away. It went
he said not crazy about the looks, you're smart to tear it off, but at the same time, like, we are going on a trip from LA to Milwaukee as a brand, promoting our ride, promoting our brand. That was the goal of the wraps, not to look cool. If I wanted to look cool,
the ride.
Hey, there's Dr. Phil. We met that guy.
There he is. And we got to meet Dr. Phil.
Video. So, but what a cool discussion we had there at Cheyenne, and then to move into Iowa City, we had people jumping on the road, following us to the dealership.
Yeah,
and they were specifically there for that. There in Nebraska, I could not believe how many people traveled from more than 2 hours away to come into the dealership to see us. I was just completely blown away by that there, and at Defiance as well. So,
I wouldn't travel 2 hours to see me.
That's going to be an annual thing. I don't know how Adam does, like,
that's
so many dealers. That's just crazy. But I mean, kudos to him.
Thanks to all the dealers too. You were all very welcoming, and you made us feel like we were at home, and that was great. And it gave us a spot to say hi to people that come into your store. So that was cool.
And Ralph Squatch, Chili King, says, you guys inspired me to ride out to Cody, Wyoming and try Rocky Mountain oysters for the. Why did we inspire that?
I don't know.
But he left on a big old solo trip on his Deadwood Green Road King. I think his first big trip. So props to you, big dog.
Yeah, that's good.
he sent me.
Rocky Mountain oysters are good.
Check out this video. I don't think you can see it, but look at this bison walking by him.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's a
like
beaut.
He's right next to him. Ralph, don't stare at him. Bison jam.
You were thinking about making bison chili. I know what you were doing.
He wants to do some bison chili.
Another thing too, while we're kind of in between topics, we don't use Telegram. We don't use WhatsApp. We have one website. We have one YouTube channel, and we have one Instagram. If people reach out on some weird Facebook page, it ain't us. If we're not posting, it ain't us. If we ever do a giveaway and you win, we're going to call you. You're not going to get some strange email, Telegram. I don't know who uses that in this country. So we've gotten a handful of emails about that sort of thing. Just be smart. You know what I mean?
Well, and so even more specifically than that. So on one of the mediums, Instagram or Facebook, they were giving away a motorcycle. So don't fall for like, you got to pay for the shipping and handling. And then even more specific today, we had one where you were winning a $600 gift card, but you had to pay for the shipping and this and that.
As soon as you have to pay for the shipping, it's over.
Hey, if you believe,
I mean, come on.
If you'll fall for that, shoot me a message. I'll just send you my Venmo.
So, hey, the next video that you're editing, are we still, we have two more dealers?
So the one that will drop a week from yesterday is the one where we ride, we meet up with Matt, and we get into homecoming. So we make it to homecoming this coming week's video.
Is Robert Patrick in that?
Robert Patrick is in that video.
So Robert was on one of our lives. Go back and check it out. Really great. But we got to spend some time with him at homecoming at Juneau, and we did a little talk with him, and he shares some stuff. But that guy, he's the busiest actor I know. He's very humble. He's on the road. He'll say hi to anyone and help one. But one touching story, a girl with cerebral palsy, and she had a walking cart that was not working good. And he got on there and talked, and his fans, people that know him, donated and got her a brand new cart. That was really fantastic.
Yeah, she was selling hats or something.
Yeah.
And that's the funny thing. You mentioned it earlier. People were talking like in Sturgis, oh, you guys are so down to earth or what? Like, I get that things can change sometimes along this path. He is the extreme of that where it didn't. He's just a regular dude doing something cool.
Dude.
I don't know.
Just regular dudes.
Dude. He's a funny dude. he's I don't know. That guy's pretty incredible. And I would agree with both of you. I mean, I don't think that's one of the guys that fame's taken, him over and changed him too much. And look, we love our fans as well. And I cannot believe how many people this year at Sturgis and all the meet and greets we did on the way in and the meet and greet at Veterans Park. I mean, we saw a lot of people this year, and I'm sorry, sometimes I can come off a little bit of a jerk, but we're trying to have a burger at Boar's Nest. And this guy, which he's great, we saw him the day before. We try to give the fans the most time and pay attention as much as we can, unless someone sees a squirrel, this one over here. But no, all kidding aside. And I asked the guy if he could just give us 5 minutes to finish our burgers. And he said, sure, I understand. And then stood there and stared at Josh and then asked him a couple more questions.
And it's not like, we don't mind.
Well, I think
we
he
don't
was
mind.
a little bit in shock.
Yeah.
Because
maybe.
it wasn't like, can you give us a few minutes? We're eating. It was more like, hey, look, we're eating. Can you give us a few minutes? It was stern.
Because
I know,
you can't
I get
tell
it.
that we're like, we all have mouthfuls of food. And it's like, and I don't think we have ever not given people the time.
No,
absolutely.
But I think,
I was at a urinal.
People have to just realize, like, yeah.
I mean,
shake it for you. But outside of that, we had another guy walk up the same thing, and I just said, hey, can you give us a few minutes? He's like, yeah, sure. And guess what? We went and found him and talked to him about what he wanted to talk about. So I'm just saying it was busy.
It was very
insanely
nonstop. The constant nature of that, I think, is part of what can make it a little overwhelming at times. But
But I will say I've seen a couple guys posting here, people posting. Ralph, I think, said 3,600. I just saw someone say 7,400 miles. Like,
Scott Lynn.
Yep.
was it Scott?
Scott
So,
Lynn.
I mean, some of these rides, you guys, I mean, if
Tom
we
Bella.
actually could have ridden more miles, but like in Milwaukee, we were there for 5 days and we just didn't ride far places there.
We
And
walked
It's okay.
20
walked
miles.
a lot.
I
Yeah.
think we only rode 400 or 500 miles, which we normally ride more, but we had so much to do. So I think for the amount of days on the road and the amount of miles we covered, pretty good. I think just being out that long was something different and unique for us. Usually it's like 12 days, 2,000 miles or more, and we're going.
But I'll tell you though, you get back from a trip that's this long and you're kind of in your house chilling and doing your thing daily. And you're like, gosh, I could hit the road again. I mean, that when you have that road, when the road is in your soul, it's there to stay.
Well, guess what? We are hitting the road again.
We are. Durango.
I hope all of you can join us at Durango, the Four Corners Rally in Durango, Colorado.
Come and see us. And I have a challenge I want to put out there. The first person that can find us in a restaurant and Galen just about to put some food in his mouth, if you say something to him, I'm giving you a pair of gloves of your size.
Oh, that's really cool.
And speaking of that, I actually have let me not yell into the mic here. Four Corners Rally 2024, August 29th to September 1st in Durango, Colorado. Vendors, group rides, after parties, walls of death, hill climb races, Four Corners Rodeo, which we're going to go to, tattoos. Let's get blasted.
If
Live
you move
music.
your hand down a little bit, you can see the card. There you go.
Yeah, and I'm reading the other side of it. Drifter cross, flat track races, and real deal workshops. So, and then this is our meet and greet, which is Saturday, August 31st from 1:30 p.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. at Durango Harley-Davidson.
That's a nice dealership too.
It is. A nice
Trevor
people.
Bird and the team are great. I can't wait to get over there. The wives have been there once before, so we'll get them back in there. We are not staying at the Stater this time. Straighter. But maybe next time.
Next time.
We're not telling you where we're staying.
Ooh, someone said there's helicopter rides in Durango.
Oh.
Sounds kind of fun. I would do
John
that.
Houston.
Yeah, buddy.
Helicopter rides are definitely cool.
So one of the things we should probably talk about is we've been thank you, EagleRider, for sponsoring, by the way, but we've been Dunlop American Elite tire guys.
Yes.
And we were reluctant to really move away from that tire. And I have to tell you, the amount of miles that we put on the tires, we're now on Michelin Commander 3 Tour. The amount of miles that we put them through the paces, heat. We put them through dirt roads. We put them through the rain at the last couple of days that we were riding. I was pretty impressed.
Yeah,
I'm sold.
Let's test out a brand new tire before a 7,000 mile trip, he says, but it was great.
I was skeptical.
And in this episode, I don't know if you guys remember the episode that's going to drop next week. I just kind of ran up on you guys asking, hey, how are the tires?
Yeah.
Like, not planned out. And I think that'll tell you how they like them, how we like them.
I mean, definitely a good tire.
Well, I think Jace had told us a couple of years ago that he didn't like them in the rain, and I think it
was the twos though.
May have been the twos.
Because I had the twos on my Road King.
Yeah.
And they weren't, I like the Dunlops better, but then the threes came out and I'm sure they've improved their compound and worked on
with the compound.
It was just consistent. One word I would say consistent.
That's a good way to say it.
even allegedly going faster through a canyon.
Allegedly, yeah.
They were good. We were sticking. So I think we've got.
I checked this morning.
7,000 miles.
It was like 7,400 since I put my tires on.
And mine still look like they're ready to go.
Yeah.
I mean,
a lot of highway miles. So
very confident riding with those tires. It makes you take it to the limit.
Let's see.
Who sings that song?
Take it to the limit.
One more time.
Who sings
Terry Stairs.
Eagles.
That's Jackson. Never mind.
Eagles. September 11th.
What about? Oh, that wasn't even the one that I clicked on. I thought.
No, not happening.
Yeah, we can't make it there.
But
We'll be.
I do think, boys. Josh and I were talking earlier today, and we had someone in here rapping a little
from
bit.
Australia, Mike.
I think when we start planning our trip board for next year, I do think we need to do the Ozarks and Arkansas, and maybe spend a little bit more time getting into immersing ourselves into the community there. So I'm going to put that as a target for 2025. Could be on EagleRiders, but still a target for 2025.
Yes.
Pig Trail. What else? Just the whole Adirondacks and all the different.
I mean, that's a part of the country we have yet to really explore.
Yeah.
And I was telling springtime though, I think, right?
Probably.
You don't want. I don't know if summer's. I
wouldn't do it in the summer.
Yeah.
I'd do it probably spring, but maybe people will tell us when we should do it.
Oh, they will.
What's the best time to ride there?
Yeah. So I think this is a pretty relevant question. Cameron Bartley says, how do you feel after all those miles?
Great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like an accomplishment. And the more you ride, what? I hear you saying something through
I'm
your
I'm gonna wait and see what you say.
I think it's
great. If
they
watch the videos,
I like riding.
It looks like you're tired and hungry.
Tired
all
and hungry
the
has
time.
nothing to do with miles.
All the time.
Miles, love it.
Don't step
It
on
was
my
it
butt,
was a great
man.
trip. And for me, I love the longer we go, the better I feel.
Yeah, that was like we were talking about earlier. How are we going to do 18 days? Day 2, you're like, oh, fuck, I haven't slept for 5 nights, like prior to the trip and then on the trip. But then by day 5 or 6, 7 or 8, you're just on that move. When I got home, we had a 700-mile ride home from Heber City or somewhere in Salt Lake.
No, Heber.
Yeah, Heber to home. We had 100+ degree temps. We had rain. We had this and that. I got 8 miles from my house and was like, I don't want to go home. I want to go ride 4 hours to go visit friends and not keep that ball rolling.
Do you know when you know it's good? The next morning when you get on your bike, you load the gear, you saddle up, throw your leg over. And as soon as you hit the seat, you're going, this feels so good. You fire your bike up.
Yep.
Great feeling. So
we did have a couple comments too on, hey, so-and-so's quiet because the mic just seems to be getting further away. So just, Europe. We would love to go to Europe.
Europe.
Am I calling you out, dude? And now you're very well lit as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
We did try to propose a trip to Europe for D-Day this year. Just didn't pan out, but we had some people in today from Australia, and we appreciate that a lot. There's people all over this country and all over this globe that come in and spend a little time with us and share their stories. But that was a topic of discussion. Where would you ride out of country? And I think we've all said, yes, we would love to do some of that. So New Zealand, Europe, Spain, I don't know. Australia would be coast to coast. There's just, we need to get probably an international trip going next year as well. So we'll have to figure that one out. Maybe we'll contact a Harley-Davidson dealership over there, or see if we can do a collab or something with them and help do part of the trip.
Yeah, it'd be great. Someone had a question or something up there.
It was saying
YouTube influencers.
Yes, it's been interesting to see how Harley-Davidson has embraced the YouTube influencers. It must feel pretty good to have that relationship with Harley-Davidson. To that I said, indeed it does. We love their support and friendship. But I know you got something to say.
What's really cool about that is our buddy Matt over there. He was kind of heading up that, getting the YouTube people that have stuff on YouTube to be involved. But the reason I think it is because we're out there doing it. We're real people, and Harley recognize that. And I give them props for that, because we're sharing the joy of riding through our eyes and our hearts. And Harley recognized that with all of them and says, look, you guys, this is what it's all about. So it's a good thing.
Yeah. I'm opening another tab to just show people a couple new things that we dropped this week, just if they want to check it out,
There it is.
Yeah, I mean, I think over the 4 years we've actually done quite a bit of work with Harley the last 4 years, and that is a blessing for us to be able to do that. we don't consider ourselves completely like influencers. But what has been kind of cool is it's afforded us an opportunity to actually meet some of the other YouTube people and get to know them better. In fact, we've had some of them on the lives. We're going to have more on the live when we do these on Thursdays. And, John from Cycle Fanatics is one. He's doing a whole loop back to New York. And
I noticed he blew us off.
Well, he had to. His son was moving in a week earlier than he thought. So he couldn't get down to Southern California. He just skirted across the top. But it's been fun to get to know some of these people and see what they're like in real life and not so much on the channels.
Yep.
And that is a credit to Matt to get everyone together. I mean, I think the Veterans Park affair that we had, I think that was a huge success.
Oh,
I mean, we met a ton of people there, and I think it allowed people to actually see other YouTube people and go in and have a discussion. But we were pretty busy there.
I would say from homecoming to Sturgis, the crowds were awesome. There were people. I mean, everything was full. The venues were full. I mean, we did a ride with Thrashin from the Harley activation in Sturgis to Outlaw Square, and 250 bikes showed up. The place was packed. That was fun. There's people. Homecoming. Look at some of the stuff. It's a sea of people. Everywhere was packed. I was impressed.
Dude, I showed up a little late to that ride thinking there's going to be a couple people there. And
Why'd you show up late?
I just showed up.
You were sleeping in?
I was sleeping in.
Go Cougs.
And go Cougs. And turn the corner into that back lot, and it is a stadium. It's just packed. And they counted 241 bikes. Wild.
Well,
beautiful.
I mean, because where we were with the Veterans Park concerts like Jelly Roll.
Yep.
You couldn't really see how many people were there, right? It was like, and then I see a post the next day, 40,000 people. I'm like, there's not 40,000. And then you see the
picture that Ben took
from the top of the stage. There were definitely 40,000 people there. And by the way, if you have not seen Jelly Roll in concert, that is a concert you have to go see. And furthermore, you should do a little research on him and what he's all about, because he's given back to the community of which he was part of, and his songs and his lyrics and what he's talking about are so relevant to so many. Give that guy a good thumbs up and follow what he's.
Let's get him on the show, because what's funny is I
tried actually.
Yeah, I made my judgment, service level judgment, seeing what someone looks like, yada yada. I heard like one song, and then I listened to him on the Joe Rogan podcast. I'm like, holy shit, that's a solid dude. That's a good human being.
Yeah, we should get him on our show.
He's deep.
Yeah.
Hey, Jelly Roll, you want to join us on our show?
Yeah,
I actually messaged him.
So that reminds me, when you talk about the crowd like that.
Yeah.
Lance and I were in Brazil, and he was doing a freestyle show, and you're in this little square area, and you see people that are up against the fence and everything. And he went and did a jump, and he came back and goes, "You won't believe it," because now he's 40 feet in the air. Blocks,
you see everyone,
blocks of people, and that's what it was like at the homecoming.
And shout out to Moose and his brother. We met them a couple of times throughout Sturgis, homecoming too, or maybe just Sturgis. Yeah, they rode from Texas.
Oh, those guys are great. And look at the coolest place is Saloon 10 and Scott Jacobs Brewery.
Yeah.
Someone was asking about if we plan on doing the a.k.a. I mean, I don't actually know a ton about it, and I think maybe that's eventually something we will do, but we do get asked a lot about, hey, will you go to this rally? Will you do this challenge and this ride? Sometimes maybe that's a different speed than we typically do.
What's it called? The hookah?
The hookah. I think it's like one of those, it's for a good cause, but they're covering a very long distance.
We're
storytellers.
We're storytellers, and I mean, nothing against rallies. We just don't do them that often. This year is kind of unusual. Last year was as well, where we did Daytona for the first time. And this is not the first time we're doing Four Corners, but we actually like the area in Four Corners. There's some great riding up there. And we've gotten to know the owner, Trevor. And so we want to go hang out with him and the family. It's going to be it should be a good time.
So we got an update from T-Bone, 10,000 miles in 10 days.
That's
That's
Killed
gnarly.
it.
Good job, man.
Okay, there we go. Key West to Homer, Alaska. That sounds pretty badass.
He's
Alaska's
finishing now.
Yeah, there's people doing it right now.
Jeez.
Alaska's on my list without a doubt.
I would like to do Alaska though on
Pan Ams.
Yep. I think that would be if we had soft bags and just ripped it 50-50s and we're done. So we'll have to get into some of that, but we can put that on the 26 wish list if you want.
Yeah, let's do it.
We should get some musical instruments and join a band as well. It'd be great. We can do different first.
I'm not following.
I'm not following
I'm
that
just
either.
throwing some random bull crap in.
Are you telling me that riding Pan Ams in Alaska is random bullcrap?
No, I think that would be cool.
No,
Okay.
he just wants to create a band.
Oh,
Yes.
None of us can play music.
I want to sing with you guys, play music, and go.
Yeah, well, it takes more than just like that.
Okay, this guy,
You
where'd
air
it go?
guitaring or
Yeah.
what?
Vito's Moto Supply. I will second this one. He says maybe do a Redwood Lost Coast ride moto camping. I was looking at our best viewed videos today.
Yeah.
One of them is our
Camping.
moto camping video where I had a broken arm and had to take the truck. But I want to go motorcycle camping. If you don't, I'm going to do it.
Well, I think there's just a little rumor. Some boys we know that we ride to Sturgis with, we're talking about camping all the way there next year.
Okay.
And I was saying, well, we'll break off and go into hotels, motels, but we could camp one.
If I could charge my camera and do all the work involved every night on trips from a tent,
camping.
Yeah, I
Let
don't
them
know.
do that.
I would
It was
like
so
that. One or
smart to do
two.
the Dynas this year. They broke down every 10 miles.
It's part of the adventure. They want that. They
Of
might
course.
do FXRs next year.
Good. Let him go. We'll
Dead
see you there.
Horse. Where's Dead Horse?
Dead Horse. Don't know.
Ride to Dead Horse. Been a crazy horse.
Pan America. What's he?
Pan America was the first bike to cross the finish line at this year's Hoka ride.
Oh,
I wonder if it has anything to do with the 160 something horsepower.
Right.
Could be.
And they
That's
got
cool.
like a 6-gallon gas tank, right? So they can it can go far.
I think so, yeah. Also, question for everyone viewing right now. Why is there double the amount of people watching that we normally have and half the likes? Just give us a little thumbs up, you know what I mean?
Really?
Maybe not. I can't see the likes from here. I'm just giving them a hard time.
I mean, I'm
Thank you for
watching a
tuning
lot
in.
of comments go by.
Yeah. Motorcycle camping on Pan Americas to Dead Horse, Alaska.
Ah.
Yes. Yes.
I mean,
I like it.
you got to saddle up with guns and all kinds of stuff if you're going into the deep country, don't you?
What's up?
How do you protect yourself
bear
out in the wild?
spray.
Bear spray and
You
a 10
carry a
millimeter
gun
pistol.
anyway, so
But
that little pea shooter's
wouldn't
not
stop
going to
no
help
bear.
anyone.
I mean,
If you've not,
I think
have you
about
been to
that.
Alaska.
I have been to Alaska. I've
It's
ridden scooters.
sensational.
no, I
in
know,
Alaska.
but you're in the wild now. How
Doesn't mean you have to be in the wild.
how do you help? How do you protect yourself?
You,
10 mil.
You don't.
You take
First
a
of all,
30-30
I wouldn't use a 30-30, but you could.
shotgun with just a lead
No,
slug in
they
it.
don't really want to even bug you unless you've got, you're putting food down where it's close to you. There's certain things you have to do when you're out in the woods that,
You got a bear tie.
I mean, when I was river guide, we camped every night on the high country in the upper Kern. We just laid out and slept, but I never saw any wildlife unless they
were there.
they
Trust
were
me.
there. But
I've seen a bear take a bag of marshmallows, full bag, sealed, and go with its claw, and then
no way.
eat the whole bag. I watched him for like 20 minutes eat the whole bag.
So that's the key. You take a bag of mushrooms.
That's it.
Mushrooms.
Mushrooms.
Marshmallows.
Mushrooms. So now we're doing
Maybe
your
your
mushroom
mushroom
tour from here to Alaska. I like that. Get lost in the woods, tripping with bears.
Yeah.
Beats, bears, Battlestar.
We've also we've got to come up with a little ride plan, I think. So we've got this Durango thing happening, which is going to be super good.
Super good.
Super good. But after that, I don't think we have many rides planned for the rest of the year. So
We'll
motorcycle
figure something out,
camping
though.
then, huh?
We got to do a couple, right? We got to get something.
we're going to have to do something. So
How
I
about
don't
green
know.
screen? Can we do a green screen ride?
why don't
Yeah,
we do
I
what
ordered
we
the
talked
treadmills.
about with like the snow and the stuff.
Right.
I am still trying to ride Honda Monkeys across the country. Or what did I say? Vespas cross country Vespa tour.
Let's take Vespas to
dude
somewhere, within 1,000-mile radius.
Alaska. Vespas in Alaska.
How about 2-lane what, Kevin?
How about 2LaneLIVE group ride to Thrashin Supply open house?
We can do.
Well,
when is that?
It's interesting that he's saying that, because I was thinking about this actually just the other day, and I was going to say something in our meeting. Maybe we need to. Are we going to do not a grand opening, but are we doing a party the first week in November? We did the grand opening the first.
I have no idea what, like he said, grand opening for Thrashin. Are they doing? I know,
but I'm not talking about Thrashin.
No, I know, but are they doing one?
I don't know.
Because if we did it on the same day, we wouldn't want to do that.
Why would we do it on the same day?
Because we don't know about it. What if we said, let's do it November 1st, and they're doing it November 1st?
Well, then they should change their date.
You're stepping on my vibe, man. Just chill. Chill.
You're complicating things. That's not even the question.
Don't be worried.
You're a planner, and you need to know all the information.
But the question is, are we going to do another?
No, we're not.
All right. Well, Yogurt.
We don't like you guys. It's over.
Yogurt's
shutting
down
the channel down
to do Monkeys Across America.
So is it a party?
I think we just do it's an annual party that we do.
Do we do something like
Thrashin
did, where it's like a ride? We start off at Neptune, or vice versa, right? Start off somewhere, ride here. No, it's a bad idea.
I think we serve tacos and we give giveaways and we raise some money for charity.
I like that.
And we have people come say hi and show up like we did.
The landlord said it's cool.
He did say it's cool. So why not?
Can we get the toilets again? Those were cool.
Dell says, watching Thrashin ride to Sturgis without you gents was not the same. Still great content from both channels. The good thing is you now get two different stories, because we're going to drop our Sturgis stuff. We're still dropping our ride to Milwaukee and then from Milwaukee to Sturgis. And that ride will actually include some dialogue from interviews that we did with special guests from the Davidson family.
Well, we don't disagree. I mean, that was a little different for us too. I mean, we left 2 weeks before they did, and we weren't able to ride with them. And it was great and it's actually also the first year that we haven't bunked together. They had their own place. We had ours. They came over one night for dinner that we barbecued because our place could accommodate that. But it was a little different. It was a first for us, I would say. The first that we haven't, because you and I have gone for the last 8 years or so, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And every year it's been with the group.
Yeah.
And this year it was with our group.
Yeah.
Different ride for sure. And I missed some of that camera. I would have liked to have been there on a couple of the breakdowns. I would have liked to have been part of the story.
How cool was that one evening at 5 when we went up towards Mount Rushmore and we did the 16A, and it was like no one was on the road. We were with the Thrashin guys. That was fun.
No, that was probably the best time we've actually been on that road.
Right.
Because we had it to ourselves, and the twilight and all the stuff that was going on. It was great. It was beautiful.
So when did we have our grand opening? Was that October or was it
November, the first week in November?
All right, we're going to think about it, guys. We're going to try we got to hurry up.
Now I got him thinking.
Yeah.
He's thinking.
I think it's just kind of that annual 2LaneLIVE party. People come on over, Thrashin show up.
We got to get the troops involved too. The wives, the friends, all the stuff that we did. I don't think my dad wants to work it anymore.
He didn't work it.
He was there cranking around.
He was just hanging out, chilling, enjoying life.
No, he was moving stuff on your family was here. My family, they were.
I'll tell you one thing. I'm going to find someone else to film it. That was hectic.
Yeah, we have to find someone else to film it because
sometimes he doesn't film when he's involved.
He gets in the party mode.
But how hard is that?
Hard.
Imagine filming your own wedding while people are trying to.
You need a body cam so you can just be involved.
We'll just live stream the whole thing from my chest.
But we tried to get a filmer out there, and it didn't work out. But we have someone that can do it now.
We do.
We do.
Possibly.
Yes, possibly.
Maybe.
It's giving you a hard time.
No, two people then, if you're going to say that. Now I got him in my head.
MKF just stayed at the lodge at Teleco. Nice new owners. Emailed you guys your 2LaneLIVE autograph there. We might get you some gloves then. We'll have to check our junk because I haven't seen that.
So it's great that you stayed there, and I think we saw that in and since you've been there, we've had discussions with the new owners. They have a group out of Florida that help market. So we're going to do a couple things, figure that out to help them. But that was such a cool lodge, and it's such a motorcycle friendly lodge. And I'm really glad to hear, because when we were there, the owners at the time were talking about, I think it was their daughter and their son-in-law had bought some property in Colorado, and they were going to run out and maybe spend some time there. Sounds like they decided just to stay there. But the new owner seems like he is totally into the history of the lodge and preserving the motorcycle culture there. I mean, it's one of these places where you roll up, they've got a garage that you can park in. We didn't take advantage of that. We should have.
Right.
But then in the morning, I said to him, hey, do you have towels that we can use to clean the bikes off? We don't want to use. And he's like, look underneath your sink. I've got a sign on the towels. You can actually use those towels there. So he's taking his old towels. But if you go into the garage, also, you can wash your bike. He's got cleaners. I mean, it's just a really cool spot with a bunch of friendly people.
I think it's filled up now with all the people that signed that they were there.
Crazy. But we still get pictures of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
well, we
great.
made our signature kind of giant.
Yeah. And it says YouTube.
Right. Oh,
and we got Mama Corey in the house. What's
Hey,
up, Mama Corey?
Corey?
Hi.
Did she say anything?
She
to
just
us?
said,
So,
hi,
hi,
guys.
guys. So I said, hi.
Hi.
Sorry you haven't seen a lot of the stuff that your husband's been doing. Josh has been taking it off camera.
It's we can't.
I think
show
we're
it.
having an intervention here tomorrow. You're welcome to come by,
Yes.
Mama Corey. But
And he convinced me to drink coffee at 4 p.m. and now I'm sweating.
I didn't
and
think you would drink coffee.
I haven't in a long time, but it really
But you had
sounded
coffee
good.
on the trip.
I must have been out of my other coffee.
yeah.
A little bit, you know,
That's why.
maybe.
Guy
But
of
it
the
was in the
King.
afternoon.
I don't remember. I do remember having a cup.
Couple
It must
times.
have smelled good or something.
Just a little shout out to the Boar's
I
Nest.
had a lot of cigars too.
Yes,
That
you
is, should we sneak peek a little something about what might happen at the Boar's Nest next, Sturgis?
did.
or should we keep it under wraps?
Somewhere there. Finally, they have an Instagram account.
Finally, they do. Yes,
They do.
Yes. Well, something great might happen there
Yeah,
next year.
let's
but
leave it at
we'll-
that for
you
now.
know, yeah.
And then you guys are the reason me and my girl stayed at Teleco. I got cool pics in the garage. Thank you, Winburn. That's what I like to
Awesome.
hear.
Awesome.
We'll thank No Insta T for that. She found that.
Yeah, that
she
was
on the back of the bike, and she said, "Hey, I found this place," and we're like, "All right, let's check it out."
my brother turned me on to some cool cabins on Lake Yellowstone. I'll send them your way. Yep, that'd be great. When is Yogurt going to be on a live? You never know.
Yeah.
When he shows up here.
I don't know if he'd do it.
He doesn't like us anymore.
Well, he just
Like-
said that him and Reese would be here if we have an opening. It
Mhm.
was on the screen right there.
Well, at least Reese would be.
Thanks, Reese.
Thank you, Reese.
Would you guys ever do your own ride with fans in Sturgis or another collaboration with Thrashin?
One never knows, but possibly.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
so. Anything's possible.
All right. So, what are we looking at for the future here? We have
Oh.
another drop for, is it Milwaukee to, we got a homecoming?
I'm looking at a hard drive with a folder in it that has 20 days of footage.
Yes, I understand.
So yeah, this
So
coming
we got-
week
So
today,
is that 20 more videos?
No,
10,
you can't do
5. Remember, couple days per episode.
I'm just saying,
as
if you
we've-
wanted to really drag it on.
Yeah, we can drop Sturgis in 2027. We can drop that series. Fucking never. Today is August 15th, 2024. Just so people have a timeline that might be tuning in 2027. Next week from today, we're dropping an episode where we ride from, I forget where, it's 2 days of riding, 1 day of a dealership stops, maybe 2. Second day, we roll into homecoming. We meet friends. We start to see the crowds, the craziness, the food, the good times. After that, we'll probably condense 3 days of a really
Of
awesome
homecoming.
time at homecoming
Yeah.
into one. And
Yep.
then we start our journey riding from Milwaukee, Wisconsin to Sturgis, South Dakota for the rally. And
we ended up before we got there, Mitchell, South Dakota, and we saw Klock Werks and his whole deal out there, which was really cool. We had not been out there before,
right?
And I think it was. I mean, I was pretty impressed.
Well, the reason we hadn't been out there is it's 3 hours from Sturgis east, and we're heading east, and Sturgis is first. But this time we got to go the other way. It made perfect sense, but it was very cool.
So we're heading west then?
We were heading west at that point.
I do like we've had about 9,000 comments saying, just finished watching your 2024 Sturgis vlogs. Now I get to watch the old ones or your Milwaukee stuff. 2LaneLIVE and Thrashin, separate companies, separate channels. We're friends. We haven't dropped any Sturgis stuff yet.
Not yet. Coming our way.
Wait to see our Sturgis stuff.
Yeah, you just wait.
You just wait.
You can't. Hey, what did we do? Are we doing this live?
We're doing it live.
Are we doing
ride
this
it.
live?
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Do it live right now.
I'm gonna watch our Instagram story. You'll see what we're talking
about.
I'll ride it. You know.
And that was like kind of paying a little homage to Luke Leatherman.
Yes.
Who caught a bunch of shit for that when he was doing it.
We got plenty of him doing it.
I know, but people were like, that guy is a jerk.
We got someone telling us to do shots all around. Today's not that day. I'm sorry. I'm drinking coffee.
I'll do one.
Yeah, we do one?
Yeah.
All right. Good man.
Someone said Lance and Galen are 2 old ladies.
Yes. Like a married old ladies.
Because we're flapping our gums.
Right on, Paul.
Yeah.
You know, it can look that way sometimes, for sure.
Yes.
Maybe we'll get into a boxing ring sometime.
That would be a cool live. We could do a live match, you know, take a shot, go boxing. Guy of the King, it's 3:50 a.m. in Dubai, and I've got go sleep. Awesome live. Again, make sure you add the United Arab Emirates to your international list. 2 of the best dealerships in the world, Dubai and Abu Dhabi. That would be pretty rad.
I've been to Dubai, hung out there for a week.
Really cool, actually.
So, yeah.
Where is Sturgis? I don't know.
South Dakota.
It might be in America. Galen, tell us something about where'd it go? I'm losing comments. New to the channel, have you guys ridden through Texas? Yes, we have a whole Texas series, 7 or 8 episodes. Check her out.
All that.
Galen, tell us something about Sturgis that we don't know about. Maybe tell them about the dungeon.
Well,
that we don't know about, or
that they this person said.
So first of all, we did Sturgis before the rally, so that's one thing that people should watch, because that just shows it in its nakedness. There's nothing there. It doesn't even look the same. It's crazy. But there is a bar there called the Dungeon, and you go downstairs in the dungeon, and there's dollar bills and bras and panties and different things hanging around, and you got to check it out. It's quite the bar. So who wanted to do the shot?
I forget, but
Harley-Davidson.
Harley-Davidson.
And then since I put in my 2-week notice, I'll just address this one. What are your views on the new Harley woke CEO? I think a lot of stuff is going around and being bounced around that is misinterpreted. And also, I guess our general view is we just ride, man. We just ride. Is that accurate?
That's definitely accurate.
We keep getting comments on it. We might as well just say.
So I'll say what I think.
Let's hear it.
And then people can decide for themselves whether they think I'm right or wrong.
And then I'll say what I think after that.
So I've spent 30 years in corporate America. And when you see interviews and things that have been drummed up from the past during the time when people are going through multiple changes, I think it's really kind of a sad state of affairs that social media lets people just run their mouth and call things out, when at the time some of the stuff that's being said was appropriate by every corporation. I'm not saying that we agree with all the corporate gumbo that goes on, but at the time, and when you're in these situations and you're a global brand, you can talk about inclusion, because that's probably what you're supposed to be talking about. I'm sick of the.
A comment from Mike B. I'm sick of hearing about Harley being, well, who cares? I like the scooters they make.
I am
Me
too. And we ride Harleys, and we're not riding something else. And we want the company to do as well as they can. And we want people that want to ride a motorcycle. If they want a Harley, go get a Harley. I just don't understand. And this is part of the thing with us, even at 2LaneLIVE. Like, we try not to get political, and we try not to jump into the fray with stuff, but it's also, we have to be on social media every single day, multiple times, to keep our brand present.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also the bane of our existence. I mean, think about how much time we could not be looking at social media and just doing our thing. But it's kind of that double-edged sword. So we support Harley. We support Jochen. We've been with Jochen. We understand how he thinks about the company. I don't think any of what's being said is founded. That's all.
I just like this comment. I wouldn't sell my fridge if Samsung went woke. It's a good fridge.
Well, and that's a good point there. I mean, we've spent time with Jochen. We've spent time with people in the company. Every one of them that we talk to and work with ride. They're hardcore riders. They love the whole iconic American motorcycle company. They want it to be successful. And we say this a lot. If you don't watch the news and you travel across this country, you meet great people everywhere. And there are good people in this country, and they just are living their lives. We haven't seen what this social media crap is going around, and it's people just jibber jabbering. But the people that we know are good people. And we don't see this.
Are you telling me that being somewhere in person is more accurate information than something you saw on the internet?
Yes.
But let me also, again, just kind of come back to the corporate side of things. If you don't do the diversity training and the inclusion training at the time when people are, that is a hot topic, you're setting your corporation up for failure for sure, because you're not teaching people what's being said at the time. And so even when people started changing their reference of who they are, that was an important thing that you still, as a corporation, have to get through, because the masses kind of lead what goes on. And if you're not prepared for that, then ultimately what happens is, if you terminate someone, you do something you need to do it, but you can't do it completely the way you used to do it. You have to change your spots a little bit. And I think that's all that's happening is, look, when we had avian bird flu, like, we as an organization had to go back in and address corporate.
Yeah.
Address avian bird flu. And so we had to put sanitizers in all the branches and all the back offices, and so then it's like, well, we addressed it. So if you're not addressing some of the current issues that are in front of us as a society, as a corporation, then you're setting yourselves up for lawsuits upon terminations. I mean, it's really that simple.
That 100%. And not one single person from that company that we love has ever said anything that we need to be a certain way.
No.
We are who we are. We're going to be who we are. We're going to say what we want. And they respect that. We respect them. But again, we haven't seen this. And I think it's a lot of hype on social media.
Well, and part of the guy that's doing it, I mean, he was running for office and wasn't elected. Now he's running, I think, again. And it's just like, when you can do these things for your own gain, that's great. But that's what social media, that's one of the big problems today with social media. Like, I've said this before, when we sent interoffice memos, when you type them on a typewriter, you could either pull it before it went out in the mailbag, or you could call the mailroom the next day and say, hey, I want you to pull that mail because I don't want that to go anywhere. And they would pull it for you. When we started with email, we had to implement email training because people were just firing off emails to each other. And it was like, you're hurting their feelings because you used too many exclamation points. And it's like that kind of stuff that you have to.
I'll tell you what, you never took that training.
Oh, well, I did.
Because I get a lot of exclamation points.
I've had a small business for most of my life. And I've had people that have emailed saying, oh, I'm not going to buy your product anymore because of this, and you guys suck, and I'm going to tell all my friends never to buy it. And it just the gnarliest email you can possibly get. Well, I pick up the phone. Hey, this is Lance from the company. And guess what? All of a sudden they're like, oh no, I like your stuff. No, I'm a customer for life.
Then why
I
were you
can't believe
talking shit
called."
on the internet?
So there you go. Perfect right there.
Someone says, I'm not yelling. Someone said, right on, you don't have to worry. You guys are killing it. Well, we don't. We're not worried about it, quite frankly.
We love and support Harley-Davidson.
Yep, 100%. That's what we ride.
As well with all of our sponsors or people we work with.
Yeah, and quite frankly, we support every motorcycle brand out there that lets you ride. If you're on two wheels, we have never been the group that said you have to ride a Harley. We just want you to go explore. Yeah. That's what our channel's about. Look at the message. Look at these small towns. Go find these incredible stories for yourself and explore. That's right. We don't even care if you're in a car.
Right. And that same social media stuff that was going around saying that no one showed up at Sturgis and no one showed up at homecoming, we were there. People showed up.
Yeah.
There were
tons.
I think it was almost as busy as the 120th.
So let's all just ride. The more you ride, the less social media you look at.
And I think Sturgis too. I mean, I think people are probably the 85th is going to be big, but there were, I mean, I don't know. I don't know where some of this stuff comes from, but whatever.
And Full Take Adventures says, great drop yesterday. Loved it. Thank you. And you might see yourself in the next one.
So yeah, do your rides, man.
Do your ride, do yourself. And
let's all see each other on the road. Shaking hands with America. Hey, nice to meet you. Get out there and meet people.
Hey, we have 300 people watching. I think that's pretty cool.
302. You left out Internet. 2 people.
302. Yeah.
So look, we got Frankie coming in. Is that next week? And then we've got Trinidad. We've got a whole laundry list of people coming in. We've got Mikey from Dirtbag. I can't wait to get some of these folks in and talk about the stories that they have to share. We're going to be off, I think, next week, the 29th. We will not have a live because we'll be headed to Durango.
Dang.
Oh, you know what?
I want to say something about Frankie that we met. We were in a restaurant eating, and it was really interesting. It was in Rapid City, and a lot of people were buying drinks for us, different things. And the waitress said,
were trying to buy drinks for us.
Yeah, and the waitress said, "Who are these guys?" That was kind of fun. And then, they told them who we are. We did a lot of pictures and stuff, but we met Frankie there.
But a couple of his crew came over first.
Yeah, and they were great. We met and took some pictures with us. And Frankie is one of the lead actors in The Mayans.
Yep.
He's a big guy. But one thing that's really cool about Frankie, he's honest, he's legit, and he rides. He goes across the country. He's a hardcore rider. So to have him on the show to talk about the show that he was on, The Mayans.
Talk about the ride.
And talk about the ride.
Yep.
I mean, this is going to be a great show, and it's next Thursday.
Yep.
And Frankie Loyal, right?
Loyal.
Frankie Loyal. I call that Frankie Loyal. He's a loyal dude.
And when he didn't even know me or you, when my Road King got stolen, he was like one of the first people to share that. And
really?
we weren't the size we are now. So I was like, I don't know you, but I see you and thank you.
That's awesome.
That.
Yeah, we appreciate that. And what a great guy.
Yeah. And we have a few more guys from the Mayans and maybe even the Sons of Anarchy that we're going to get on the show too. So
he's incredible.
He's
probably the most
the best
man I've ever seen.
Should we?
People tell me I'm the best.
I want to get Robert Patrick on the show again to talk about his journey.
What is your best memory from Milwaukee this year?
Should we tie it in with all answering this one? Because I'm going to think about it while you talk. I'm putting you on the spot.
Best memory is the people that we have touched in this journey of riding.
You're touching people,
and the people that we have touched actually have touched us. So it's like, what a great feeling. It's like we have a huge family. My guys their minds are in the gutter, but
I'm just laughing at the dude.
I got to touch this guy right here.
Yeah. I don't know if there is a best memory because there's so many of them. I mean, it was a different ride this year there. But I do think the stories along the way, that's always what it's about. And there's so many good stories. And you know, we had the guy that in Red Rock that came up and had an aneurysm and wasn't supposed to be walking or talking or and he's riding a motorcycle, and he watched our videos to get through that. The guy, the burn victim that was peeling his clothes off out of his skin, which is, I can't imagine.
No.
And watched our videos to get himself through that part of the surgeries and the healing. And so I agree. I mean, I think that's probably, even if I look back at not just Milwaukee, but this entire 4.5 years, it's been that where we've had people just saying, hey, thank you, because what you've done has helped me either buy a bike, get out and ride, start riding again. Afflicted with health issues, I'm watching you now. I'm sitting in the winter on the couch I mean,
one more thing before
it's
you
all
say
of those things that I think. I don't think there's just one good, but it just culminates when we get into places like that, like with the big meet and greet of veterans. All of a sudden, it's a bunch of people. When we did the ride with Thrashin into Outlaw Square, it's insane. It's crazy.
We're going to have a story that's on our video. I'm not going to really tell you about the story, but it's a gentleman that we met his son prior year, and then we met him this year. Same time, same meet and greet.
That's what I was going to say.
Oh,
but we'll save it. It's in one of the videos.
It's in one of the videos, so you need
a
to
very
pay
cool
attention.
story.
I don't know if it's a son though.
It might not be the son,
but his wife,
family
his
member,
wife was
friend,
there, right?
Right.
Yeah,
and it happened 2 years apart.
No, 1 year apart.
1 year apart, and the story that you're going to see in one of our videos. And that's the thing. It's almost like the thing that is really insane about this is we've become such family with everyone out there that we actually have phone calls and emails and people that we meet that share things that help them in their life, which in turn helps us in our life, because it's just a great community out there. And that's what we really like.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, Kyle Klein's comment.
Foreign Star Bikers.
Yeah.
The best, someone else said, the best part of riding, all the touching.
Yes.
Someone said, I like when Lance touches me. The bad touch.
Right, Shannon.
Stop touching me. Yeah, Galen, you kind of nail on the head there. It's the people.
Yeah.
Homecoming was such I wasn't surprised because the 120th was amazing, but the whole experience at the 121st, the concerts, the people we were surrounded with, pretty lucky with weather, the pictures, the memories, again, it always comes back to the people, but I was fired up the next, even working from the hotel room all day the next day, just fired up about the journey, meeting people at the dealership stops, and then getting to Milwaukee and having more of that kind of full spectrum experience with the music and the food and the people and the shows and the walking and the riding and the, and all that great stuff, and the museum and that you're talking about. We document, we put on a video that's on YouTube, and people get to watch it. When we're dead and gone, someone's going to watch one of our videos. Well, that's a legacy.
It is. And I guess I would probably just finalize it by saying this: that ain't woke.
You're damn right it ain't.
That fucking ain't woke.
No
I'll tell
way.
you that right now.
We did have a little request as well. More Trump from Galen.
More what?
They want more Trump Galen.
Well, it's
give me a beer and mine gets better.
Best. Only the best. My people tell me it's the best. I'm just telling you what I hear. I'm the best.
And shout out to Joseph. Shout out to Joseph. Meeting you guys was awesome. I'm so thankful. Cheyenne is a small enough town where we're able to talk for a bit. My hands are slowly getting better and back on them. Oh, that's
That's our guy.
Right.
That's
shout
our
out
dude,
to you, Joseph.
man.
Good man. And you made the video. I think it was this week. Yeah.
This week? Yeah.
The one that just dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm losing track with all the editing, but thank you, Joseph. It's nice meeting you guys.
But this is a guy that I'm talking about. Like, to listen to his story and to see, I mean, his lady rode him up on the bike.
Yeah.
And he's still on the back, and he's ready to get back on his bike. But to just come and meet us and then share the story with us, like, I cannot. We are so inspired by you and your. I think it's almost your will,
Grit.
Your grit, your tenacity, the ability for you to take something that was so traumatizing, and get into a place where it's now I'm going to heal and fix. It really inspires us to be like, hey, sometimes life's problems aren't so bad.
All I remember,
right,
is I was standing chatting to someone. I see him rolling up. I'm like, I don't know who that guy is. He's got it figured out. He's just chilling on the back.
And she had a sick bike.
Yeah, she did. And he painted it.
Yeah, he did the paint job.
Someone said, Winburn said, an idea for next Sturgis. YouTubers meet up for the last leg into Sturgis. Several YouTubers all ride into Sturgis together. Sounds like a logistical nightmare, but also fun. If you only, not you, if people only knew what went into even planning the 5 dealership stops, 9 months of planning and meetings and phone calls and logistics. But yeah, that would be very cool. The ride-in concept is fun.
And let alone being on the road and then getting there on time.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we did do a ride with some folks at one point a year ago. We did.
Yep.
Matt took us all to Boar's Nest.
So yes.
Easier done when we're all there together.
But that was just people that did YouTube video.
Right.
It wasn't any people.
And shout out to Dell. Finally got my girlfriend on the bike. I bought the backrest from 2LaneLIVE.com. She watched some 2LaneLIVEs first. Thanks, Chance. Thank you. We appreciate that.
Thanks, man.
Oh, on the story the other day, we put up a post. We had met some people at the Boar's Nest. And 2 hours after they left, they got in an accident. We'll have to maybe put that back up again. But if you feel so compelled, we'll put that in the link later in this.
Yeah,
in this
it's terrible.
Someone you turned in front of them.
Yeah, they did
someone left turned in front of them.
It was they were doing a U-turn out of the side. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was okay. Gotcha.
No, they were on the side of the road, and all of a sudden they just shot out.
Unfortunately, I've seen that happen in person. It's
I
not ever fun.
No.
Well,
yeah.
The 512 guys, we appreciate you spending the hour with us, and got a great guest coming in next week, so we're excited for that. We've got some really great content coming, so take a look at those drops as they hit over the next few weeks, and then we'll be in Durango.
Get your friends to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm going to be honest with you guys right now. Really honest.
I need to get a close-up cam on you.
I have not been a subscriber of 2LaneLIVE
because he refuses to make a Gmail account.
What? I actually got a Gmail account because I had to fix my computer and stuff. And then
Who set you up? John did.
John Moore.
You got a Gmail account.
So he goes, it's easy. And then you get all these benefits in this Gmail. And I went, hey, can I subscribe to you? And he goes, yeah. So I went right over to 2LaneLIVE and went boom, and it subscribed. And I
got a new subscriber.
It worked.
So
if I can do it, get everyone else out there to do it.
Well, in the words of an not so infamous person, one subscriber at a time.
So
Russ Brown.
So I can now subscribe to other people's YouTube channels.
Isn't technology great, Lance?
Great.
Isn't it so cool? You can call people that are in a place where you're not.
Right.
What?
You can. I know.
I've not
pretty
done
wild.
that.
You can go on this screen and watch people ride motorcycles to cool places.
Well, I'm going to subscribe to Full Tank Adventures.
So I have a challenge.
Because I can do that.
Why are you laughing, dog? He's a cool guy.
I'm going to subscribe to Thrashin
a challenge
now.
for you.
See, now they're yelling in the mic.
Everyone has to have 10 people. Go get 10 of your friends and have them subscribe.
I like that.
Because now Lance is subscribed. So let's get this thing moving.
If I can do it,
if he can do it. Anyone, hey, shout out to Squatch. Thank you for the beer money, homie.
Funny.
Beer
$4.99.
Couldn't cough up that last cent. No,
what's that? A quart of Old English or what?
Right.
Shameless.
Shameless.
We'll subscribe, Matt. We'll subscribe.
We're there.
Yeah, that's it. Full Tank Adventure. My next subscriber. I'm going to subscribe right there to that. Blah, blah, blah. But hey, we love all you guys out there. We really appreciate it when you tune in.
Well, we thank you for all of the support and the welcoming that you've given us as fine lads of motorcycle riding.
I think I'll light a cigar in a few minutes, and
we appreciate it.
Are we missing anything? Did we forget anything that we were supposed to say today that we talked about saying on the internet where people are watching us?
People?
The internet people. What's up, internet? I'm going to go shoot some film.
So.
baby.
Anyway, what a great time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you all for the support. And full tank, we're on your on your 6 full tank.
Watch the video from yesterday. Watch next Wednesday's, and then next Thursday's live is going to be epic.
Ride your fucking motorcycle.
What?
Don't watch the news. Don't
Subliminal.
listen to people on Instagram unless it's 2LaneLIVE, and then hit the road.
Josh?
Huh? I mean, I was spacing out.
I know.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay.
Yep. Hiya. How you doing?
And if anyone has any, assay stuff they want to share with anyone, just go out and mow your lawn.
Stop touching people, Lance.
Yeah.
Stop touching people, bro. That's not cool.
All right.
All right. We'll see you down the road. Thank you
Down the
guys,
road.
as always.
Thank you all.